morning, soul family. How are you all doing? It's really crazy energy around here for me. Insane readings, insane interactions with people. You know, I've never said it before, but I look forward to this year ending. I really do. Look forward to new beginnings. I'm going to use two different decks. I was asked to use the Faerytale Oracle, which is a very difficult deck for me to work with, but because they're stories and I have to somehow paraphrase the story to get to the message. So I may skip the story and just give you what the information is. And before I say anything, I have a couple things I want to say. I don't want to get into too much detail before I see what Spirit wants to tell me, because there's a lot of information that's been coming at me. It's coming really fast and it's very confusing. So I've asked for truth and clarity, like now. I've got the radio off because I don't want to be distracted. Sorry I didn't get your reading last night. I had family stuff I had to deal with. It's, you know, I've got a lot of running around to do and it's very chaotic for me. So let me just see what the first message is, and it'll give me an idea as to which direction I'm meant to go in and what I'm meant to say to you guys. I don't want to make any, I don't want to jump to any conclusions. I've heard some things this morning that were really difficult for me to hear. And so this might be a part of what we're being shown here. So the little match girl, I'm getting double emphasis on this message. So the little match girl is definitely somebody who's out in the cold. I've been written to by people that are in this place. You know, they feel, I mean, it's scary. There's a lot of a lack of clarity. So at this time, I have literally just had someone write to me something that was atrocious, and it was very overwhelming for me because I'm an empath and I pick up their energy, and I wasn't quite sure how to handle it because of all the things that I saw myself that are affecting my life. So at this time, there are some that may come to you that are in need, and this is asking us not to turn away from ones who are going through difficult times or sadness. They are in need of help. And we have to remember that we've got the light within us, the warmth within us. So if you're going through this, call upon Spirit to be guided to the right places, the right people. This is also a call to action to offer some kind of assistance for ones who might need our help right now, our warmth. And especially children and young ones who are suffering. It's just a call to action. So for me, Spirit is, and for the ones that are going through what they're going through, you have a choice. No matter how difficult the circumstances are, you do have guidance from Spirit. You may have experienced a very great loss. We need to remember that we deserve love, comfort, and warmth. It might be that we're getting messages from ones that have passed down. For me, however, right now, it's telling me that I need to ask for assistance right now. I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. I don't know why. I'm very overwhelmed right now with all of the energy that's coming at me. And so I'm asking for Spirit to give me the strength to help, because I also feel this out in the cold and loss right now. But I know that people come to me for my light. So I'm asking for strength to be able to understand how to help people, as well as keep myself strong so that I don't take on the energy like I am. It's hard not to as an empath. So this helps me because I just responded to the person that wrote to me, and I was wondering if I should kind of step back a little bit. But clearly I'm supposed to ask for help for them, and I'm supposed to offer it, and I will. That was my guidance, so I will take it. I felt that I was maybe supposed to step back. Oh, wow, I'm just going through a lot myself. So, the next message. What came of picking flowers? Okay, this story. I keep seeing the number 23. So I'm going to have to ask what the number 23, I know it's about things happening as they are meant and as ascended masters, but I keep seeing it, and we see it in our card readings a lot, so I'm going to give you the specific message. It says that we are working very closely with one or more of the ascended masters at this time, and they are saying that the answer to our prayers is within reach, and they're encouraging us to stay positive so we attract the best possible outcome. So I'm doing that, and I'm encouraging you, whoever else is going through all of this in their lives as well, to know, call on Jesus, call on Archangel Michael, call on whoever it is that comes to your mind to help you, and recognize that they will guide you in the direction that you need to go. In this message, I'm being given the number 3. I've been given the number 3 for this entire year. I don't know if you guys have noticed that. But it's about 3 is coming full circle. You know what? I'll just give you also the message for number 3. Because we've had it so much. And it's about the Ascended Masters working with us, okay? So I have been guided by Ascended Masters, and they're telling you right now there is an ascend. Jesus is really strong for me right now. So call on him to help you. He's the one that understands suffering more than anyone, right? And even if you don't believe in the Bible, Jesus is a spirit. And the energy is of love and compassion for those who have gone through suffering, unfair suffering. So call upon that energy to help you, and he recognizes exactly how it feels. He did nothing but help, and he was just hurt by everyone. But he never blamed anybody, and he didn't blame God. It's not God that's doing it. So this story is talking to you about relationships. It talks about no matter how trapped you feel by destructive relationships and poor choices maybe that you've made, there is a solution. And the solution is on its way to you right now. And there's a dove within this tale. And the dove is talking about new beginnings, or a time of peace and real love, a return to people and friends that maybe you have isolated yourself from. The meaning of this message. The title of it is Greed, and it talked about a woman who had these children that picked flowers, and then they were vanished because they couldn't resist taking. Basically, it's talking about make sure that what you take is yours to begin with. Okay? So don't take what isn't yours. And this isn't a time maybe of reaping for you. Maybe it's a time for working. And you'll get the assistance of a young man. He's going to use his brains. He's going to use his charm. That's the story. I can't tell you the whole story. It's way too long. That's why I said I have to kind of give you a synopsis. But it's telling you that your family is going to offer you help. And any relationships that you might be in that aren't working, they will transform. So this is why they're telling you that no matter how trapped you might feel, and maybe the choices that you made have trapped you, there is a solution. And that solution is coming, okay? So where there's a will, there's a way. You'll find one. Don't take more from Gaia, from the world, than what you need. Spirit is actually going to bring you messages and answers within nature. So today, this morning to me, the Osprey showed up. I told you the Osprey is very important to me. He's a diving eagle, diving hawk, and which means you're able to go down underneath your emotional waters and come back up. Very strong animal. The Osprey is also telling you that there's very important information pending. See? So there is a solution coming. They're asking you to stay calm. This is about staking your claim. This is about what goes around comes around. This is a message about returning from being gone somewhere out in nature, possibly. This is about slipping away from family and friends if they are negative energy. This is of returning to your home, a way to return to your home. This is a helpful, kind young man that's when they show up. Something about moving into a different environment. Oh, did I lose my screen? No. Okay, because I want to tell you quickly. I know Osprey didn't come to me for no reason this morning. He's very important to me. So the Osprey, like I said, they're considered an eagle, but they're a hawk. They're from the hawk family. They're a diving hawk. They're often seen at the ocean. They're very beautiful. They've come around here. So they're telling you to let go of a rational fear. Learn how to work with the challenge that's in front of you. And this challenge is challenging you to use whatever the situation is to your advantage. So you might be feeling out of your comfort zone, right? The changes around you, things might be overwhelming you. And the Osprey is telling you, because they're a diving animal, you are able to dive down under your emotional waters. You will survive. Stop worrying what other people think. It's only your mind, it's only your ego, human mind, that tells you that anyone else even actually cares or even notices anything. Also, in a different respect, you're being reminded to respect other people's boundaries and also make sure that your boundaries are very, very clear at this time so that others can respect you. They can't respect you if you don't set your boundaries clear. So, being that this bird, it's a raptor. This bird is connected to the sun and solar worship. It talks about the healing power of the sun. So it's very important. I've been saying this a lot. And I know my friends are saying it's a snowy day, but after the snow goes, after the rain goes, go out and spend a little time, even if it's just in a window, facing the sun. You need 10 minutes in the sun. You need to connect to the sun. Because it's healing for you. The hawk, as I said, is a close relative of the osprey. I am the red hawk, so that's why I'm saying a close relative the osprey is to me. And they are both messengers. So you need to, that's the important message, that right now important information is pending. Remember, I asked for truth and clarity. It's on its way. And if you're struggling, you don't know how to get out, it's on its way. If you are an osprey, you know how to go out, you know how to go after what you need, you know how to hold on to it. You think about the talons, the claws, right? And you've got the ability to dive down deep into your emotional waters. You know how and when to grab an opportunity when it's in front of you. You are able to treat others with, and you do treat others with respect, even when they act inappropriately. Even when you have a different feeling about them, you are able to maintain your dignity. You're not going to get down and roll around in the mud with people. So now I'm going to bring it up, what I was going to talk to you about before. I've been shown for quite a long time that people that are dabbling in spirituality, they call themselves spiritual, have been copying my work. They've been following me, they've been dissecting my readings, they've been trying to copy my work, they've been taking my work and stealing it and putting it on as their own. They've been taking the information that I use in my readings and then using them on their own readings. So please be aware, people who you give your private information to, that these people, ask for guidance. Is this someone that I can trust? Because they will literally take your private information, they will come and take my readings and they will give you a reading, and it's not your story. So I also know that I know who keeps coming to me. I've blocked them again and again, and they keep coming. And my message is to you, I'm working in the light, and I will give the messages that Spirit asks me to give. How you handle it is your karma. What you do with it, I'm not going to concern myself with. Spirit will sort it out. Also, I know that there's ones connected to me that have gifts. They're powerful, and they're using them to manipulate. They're using them to find out information. They're using them to try and suck my energy. And I will let you know that whether you think you're doing something in the good or in the right, or for whatever reason you think you have for doing this, when you go about it in a way that's less than honest, when you're below board, if you're not above board and straight up, if you ask me, I will help you. But if you come and connect, because you can connect to me and try and find information out in a backhanded way, you will reap the consequences of that, period. I'm not going to deal with it anymore. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm not, the things that come to me that are confusing me and overwhelming to me, I'm going to set it aside and I'm going to let Spirit handle it. I'm asking Archangel Michael to cut cords to everyone connected to me, all of the people in my life, all of the people that come to me as clients, everyone. And we always cut cords with the ones we love, as I said, because it's most important to do that, because we don't want any negative energy between us. But there is way too much confusion for me, and I can't deal with the deception anymore, and I am blocking people and deleting them off my Facebook page. I am not working. If I've got confusion and it keeps coming from a source, I'm blocking people. It's just happening. I'm not allowing it anymore because it's confusing me, and I know it's meant to do that. I know people are trying to do that. They're trying to manipulate, get me confused, and I'm not going to be knocked off my path. So at this point, Spirit is saying, right now, we'll bring you the information that you need. The Osprey is telling you, if you desire to see whatever it is that you want, whatever your ambition is, now's the time to realize it. We've been told that before. Now's the time to act. Another message from Osprey is telling you, now's the time to assert yourself. It's going to pay off. You need to believe in yourself. It's time to go. Okay, so those messages needed to come forward from the Osprey. As I said, I will help the ones that come, but if I feel that something's sideways or strange, I'm going to pull away, and I'm going to block, and I'm going to delete. Go ahead, go to my page, see how I set up my page, watch my readings, dissect them, try to copy me. But when you do that, you're not doing your own work. You will not ascend, you will not be successful, and it will come back and it will hurt you. And it's yourself that's doing this, and it's your own lesson that you need to learn. You need to do your own work. Don't ride on the back of others. Big dogs ride for free is what I heard, and no, they don't. I don't care who you are, and I don't care if you think that you're trying to learn. I had to learn by doing my own work, not by copying some other people and dissecting them and trying to be who they were. You know, and if you're doing anything, and I already know that there's a deceiver in my midst, somebody stabbing me in the back, so they're taking the information and they're twisting it. So if anyone actually in my life is watching me, that knows me and is wondering, please watch me and see who I am. My work should speak for myself. My actions speak for myself. If you don't trust me, then stay away from me. I'm not going to talk anybody into trusting me. I walk my walk and I talk my talk. I'm very straightforward. I'm very honest. I do not like deception. I do not like manipulation and lying. I will help you if I can, if you need my help. This is what I do for a living, so I need to have help from Spirit as well as from you all that I help daily. So any donations are gratefully received, because I can't tell you the emails that and the people that I work with for free all the time. And I do it because this is my path, and they come to me because this is my work. And as we were just told, I am meant to do that. I was asked to do that. So I am doing that. So if it's within your power to help out the light workers that do this of their own volition, this is my work. You know what? I'm not working somewhere else and then doing this. This is my work. And right now I'm doing this for you while I am supposed to be working and earning a living. But this is important. And I just got another email this long from the person that wrote to me this morning, and so I'm going to have to deal with that before I start work again. And it's pretty serious. The person is in a very, very scary situation and in another country, and I'm going to have to do a reading for this person before I start work, because I have to do something to help. So if you can help me, I would appreciate that. But for you who are that just because you have a connection, a karmic connection to me, and you are able to connect with me, please do not manipulate it. Please respect the fact that I'm coming from a place of love. Please, I'm asking you. This is my last one from this deck. And then I'm going to go to Life is a Circus, basically, the Circus Oracle. I know I chose really heavy stuff for myself this morning, but I guess Spirit thinks I can handle it. So Snow White and Rose Red, Sister Love. Okay, so Snow White and Rose Red. I remember this from when I was little. These are, I think, Hans Christian Andersen's stories. So this story is about a young couple that were pushed out of their home. They're in the forest, this like magical forest, and they come upon a stream. Their brother warns them not to drink from it. They do, and she does, and she turns into a bear. The other one was warned not to do something, and yet he did, so he turned into a wolf. And it goes on and on about things that happen to people when they fall prey to things out of their control. So the brother doesn't listen. He does turn into this other being. I think he turns into a deer. So the sister promises to care for this one. And because he's a deer, he's not a child anymore, she has to tie him up, and she cares for him. And then a king enters the forest with his hunting party, and I think the king discovers this one that it was caring for her brother, and he makes her his queen. He's caring for her and the brother. But there is an evil one in this story. There is, I'm trying to remember who it is, an enchantress comes after the enchantress who turned the boy into the deer and the other one into a bear, comes after this young one again. And she's relentless, but somehow the spell is or this one is defeated, the evil one is defeated, and there's balance that gets restored. So it's talking about how you balance what you want with what has to happen in order for you to get it. Also about maybe there's something that you really, really want, and yet if I can get it this way if I go about it in a way, but it's illegal, or it's going to harm other people, or it's going to take me a lot longer and I'm not going to get what I want, but I'm going to stand in my integrity and in my honor. It's about teaching you how to be strong and how to survive, even though there's ones that are envious of you, right? It's definitely about family members, caring for family members, working with family members, between the distance, figuring out, God, I'm trying not to make this confusing. I'm sorry. I'm hoping this is not confusing. It's about helping people work through the differences about what they want and what it is that's going to be harmful for them. So it's talking about using the power of your intuition and your instincts as well as your brain, right? In unison, together, bring them into harmony. It's about warnings that you've had that you don't pay attention to. It's about consequences that come from your actions. It's about love and care for family members and the ones that you love and the ones that are younger than you. It's about teaching others how to balance their intuition and their instincts with their mental faculties, because you got to have a balance between the two, right? It's about being comfortable with just the simple things, and you don't need to have everything, right? It's also about if you live a good life and that you will have the rewards, you will benefit from what comes your way. Also, don't be afraid of the ones that are envious of you. Like for me, there's people who want what I have. I worked for what I have. I don't have a lot financially, but spiritually, I like where I am in my life spiritually, and there are people who want that. Or maybe there is, say, in your life, somebody that is in love with you and someone else wants that. Like in this story, there was an evil enchantress, wanted what wasn't hers. And so tried every way possible to banish people or manipulate people or stop the rewards, the ones from being able to enjoy what was theirs. So don't be afraid of ones who are envious of you or who are seemingly trying to manipulate, because it's temporary right now. It's what they're showing you. I hope that wasn't confusing. It felt confusing to me, but everything is really confusing to me right now, and I'm trying to just And I know that a lot of times we'll get these messages from Spirit and we'll be like, okay, I'm trying to sort that out. But maybe something that I say will like strike a chord. It's definitely about, I wanted, riches. I wanted fame. But I wanted it for you. I wanted to take care of my family. Yeah, but how did you go about getting it? Did you go about getting it in an unethical way? Did you go about getting it in an illegal way? If so, it'd be better to give it to charity than to hold on to that. What is it that you have? How did you get it? I just keep thinking, how did you get it? Or your work, as I said, your spiritual work, you're trying to drum up a clientele. How are you getting your clientele? By taking someone else's Sherry's readings and redoing them and putting them on your page as your own, so it looks like you know what you're talking about? How are you getting? Do you honestly think you're going to hold on to that clientele? Do you honestly think that Spirit is going to bless you? And if you have gained your riches in a dishonest way, do you honestly think that you are going to escape the consequences of that? Do you honestly think that you won't have karma coming back at you? It's ridiculous. I just was shown an officer and a gentleman. An officer and a gentleman. An officer and a gentleman. And I don't think that they're the same person. They could be. They could be an officer and a gentleman, or it could be the choice between an officer and a gentleman. I'm getting there's a lot of deception, and there's a lot of thievery. There's a lot of gaining of status or position or even relationship by lies and manipulation and stealing. And it's got to come to light. And Spirit has been saying it will come to light. There's very important information pending at this time. Wow, no kidding. So here we are, the clown at the crossroads. That's how I feel. The clown also to me would represent the fool, right? And the fool doesn't know. The fool is about moving forward, right? And not really aware of what's going on. So you're at a crossroads right now. You need to make a decision. Your life doesn't have to continue the way it was. Think about what I was just speaking about, the way you've lived your life. It doesn't have to continue that way. You are right now at a position. We still have the year hasn't ended. This gateway's not shut yet. You are still at a position that you can change your life. You can break free from a pattern. Or you're about to. You could keep things going the way they are, as long as, you can juggle. Look at this, this is like a court jester. But you'll be saying, I don't want to move forward in my life in a productive manner. I don't want to go through the doorway that Spirit's opening in front of me. This is all about growth and development. So, this is time for you to begin a new phase of your life. You can't continue without making a choice. You've kind of like maybe been walking both ways or not moving forward, and you need to commit to something that matters to you. It's about a decision to see something through all the way or to let it go once and for all. And you need to be patient with yourself, because you need to reach for the truth within yourself. It's your choice. You've got to be courageous about it too. Courageous enough not to procrastinate and not be stuck in the indecision, because I feel Spirit has been talking to us for quite a long time about not moving forward, not speaking up, right? Spirit's been saying you need to speak up, you need to make a choice. You're holding two kittens, you can't do this. You need to go one way or the other. It often means you got to leave something behind. You can't take your old life into the new territory that you're going to be moving forward. Certain people in your life might be able to make this change with you and go forward with you, but there's other relationships and circumstances and situations that literally you will have to sacrifice. It's a sacrifice because you don't want to let it go. She's got a tear dropping, right? I don't want, this is hurting me. I may have to walk away from my family. I may have to walk away from people that were my friends. The choice is difficult, but you've got to honor yourself, and as well as honoring the loss. Yes, I understand, but you need to remember your purpose when you came here. That is of the greater good. That is of the greater concern. You had a sacred purpose that you came here to achieve, and Spirit wants you to be happy. So right now you're mourning about your mourning. right? There is a letting go and there is a releasing, getting ready for this new beginning. You might be excited, you might be sad. And if you're grieving right now, know that the tears are cleansing you and they're freeing you from the past. The water is emotion. That's the cleansing, but it's also watering the seeds to your future. So maybe if you're at the point of excitement, but maybe you've got that fear, because the Fool is always about stepping off, right? The path of not knowing and how I'm going to handle it, or what's coming ahead. So I'm excited, but I'm scared at the same time, right? You need to complete, you're thinking about this leap. The unknown, it's your destiny, right? But they're telling you, grab hold of your faith. It's your time to leap. And whenever the timing comes, when it's right, whoever or whatever is meant to catch you is absolutely going to leap forward and grab you. You're not going to fall. So Spirit says, listen to the wisdom that's being offered and put it to the best use in your life. Whatever is in the highest good. There's a statement that you can make. There is one true golden path for me, and at the right time, illusion gives way to my inner truth revealed. See, this is what I asked for today. I want truth and clarity now. I take, with patience and with peace and with courage and confidence, I take a chance and I make my choice. Without regret, doubt, or fear, I choose the way that feels loving and clear. Remember I said, go away from angerness, bitterness, jelly. I feel like somebody's legs feel like they're jelly. Okay, they're scared. Their legs are trembling. So you're going to go away from anger, bitterness, jealousy, control, ridicule, abuse. You're going to go towards love, compassion, forgiveness, kindness, peace. That's where you must move forward. You can feel and imagine and visualize that there is a pathway that's unfolding you. Imagine it. It's in gold. Remember we had the other card from the Oracle message where the one was leaving, and as they walked away from what looked like the light, there was a trail of gold dust behind them, but that light was false light. Or remember, you could have looked at it in the transverse. You felt that you were darkness and didn't deserve it, but the light was calling you to them, saying, look, as you walk, there's gold at your feet. Follow the gold. There is light within you. You've made bad choices. You've had consequences of your actions, but you have the ability right now to choose to go in a different way. It's your choice. So there's the golden path within you. It's right at your feet, and it's coming from you. Right now, you might want to move. Like literally walk through your house like you're walking on a golden path, and it's leading you. So I'll give you an affirmation that they're giving us. I make my choices from my heart at every crossroads in my life, always finding my way to greater happiness, peace, and pleasure. Okay? I know that this is I have got so much confusion right now. I can't even tell you. The choices that are in front of me are breaking my heart. They are. But I've said before, I'll break my own heart to stay with my path. I will follow my path. And sometimes that means giving up on something or someone that you, for a very, very long time, have believed in. You must follow the light. You must follow your path and know that Spirit understands what you're going through, and this is for your ultimate good, even if it's confusing right now. There's a choice that needs to be made. I literally have 5 emails from people right now asking for help. Wow. Steampunk princess. I like steampunk. I think it's funky and it's cute. Okay, so the steampunk, okay, the number 7, I really, really love to see that, because the number 7 says you're on the right path and the outcome will exceed your expectations. So even if you're feeling like things are scary and crazy, appearances can be deceiving, and that's what the steampunk princess is telling you. but that when the time is right, and your intuition will come and slice through the illusion. And the truth all of a sudden is going to smack you right in the third eye. Remember I said yesterday, imagine this, all of these crystals coming, hurtling together, flying towards you like a meteor, God, I can't even speak, and slamming you right in between the third eye. Well, that's what's going to happen. You're going to see the perception of reality behind the illusion. And you have to trust what you see. So Spirit's telling you to give yourself permission to acknowledge what you're seeing. Don't try and talk yourself out of the truth. And the intuition that you get, like the flash of intuition, it might just be like a flash second. And it causes you to act. But it changes the way you look at things. And maybe forever. You're going to see things more authentically, in more of a realistic fashion. And it's going to set you on a course that is more beneficial and allow you to make changes that maybe you thought were not possible before. So when I come forward as the steampunk princess, my fiery Aries energy, it could be a Leo, it could be a Sagittarius, whatever this is, red is passion, also creativity, and also just forward movement. So when this one comes forward, there's more to something or someone than meets the eye right now, okay? I've been getting this for so long, and this is my story for the last 3.5 years, and that's why I'm so overwhelmed right now. We need to look closer and to understand what's happening. That's what, remember that the Osprey said, important information is pending. You might need to be trusting in what you're actually seeing, even if a part of you doubts it, because in this case, what you can prove and what you got intuitively is contradictory. What you're looking at is contradictory to what you're getting in your head. Trust what you're getting from Spirit. This is a time when Spirit's not saying to cast aside your inner nudges or knowledge. This is a time that Spirit is telling you, trust it. No matter how startling or surprising or shocking that intuitive hit between the eyes from that cluster of crystals that comes and gets you, no matter how it might be. Focus on what matters to you. Keep your energy focused. Don't allow it to be scattered. Don't get worried about what might go wrong or trying to sort out what's confusing. Like for me, there's way too much confusion right now, so I step back. When the time is right, even the most confusing situation is going to come into focus. Spirit will make sure that that happens. And you will understand the truth of the situation. You'll understand what you need to do, what you need not to do. It's going to be crystal clear. I've asked for crystal clarity, and I trust that it will come. So my intention for clarity, as this is what we're going to do, you can do it as well. And trust what you get, okay? So we're going to sit in a comfortable place, and we're going to use our dominant hand. That's the hand that we write with. And we're going to put it over our chest and our heart. And then our other hand, we're going to put it on our forehead lightly. Just over your third eye, right over this, where you're going to try to put that little microscope into focus. You're going to relax and you're going to breathe in and out several times, like you're getting, kind of almost like Lamaze breathing, like you're in a yoga class. Deep breathing in and out several times. And when you're ready, you're going to say, my intention is clear. I see all I need to see. I free myself in heart and mind to look beyond the surface of things, to witness the deeper reality. I'm going to say it again. My intention is clear. I see all I need to see. I free myself in heart and mind to look beyond the surface of things, to witness the deeper reality. Okay, so now when you're ready, relax your hands back to a resting position in your lap. If you want to go further, you're going to say, the unconditional loving eye of my heart shows me the truth in the matter of this situation. With gratitude and relaxation, I receive the insights I need for understanding and resolution, according to divine grace and divine timing. So be it. So you're going to surrender and you're going to allow Spirit to bring it to you. Remember, important information is pending. I ask for truth and clarity. You're trusting in spirit and bringing this to you. You're trusting in your higher self to understand the messages that come to you. And you're going to trust what you get. It's going to be clear. Now, look at this card right now. Focus on that microscope or whatever that you want to think that is. It's like a ruby to me. In between her third eye. That's right above her third eye, okay? Imagine, feel, or pretend that you've got a circular light. Like that. It's right in the center of the same place on your forehead. You can feel it. It's cool, it's clear, it's open, it's bright. But it's also relaxed. That is going to pull the truth and clarity into your third eye. Now you need to trust the insights that come to you. They could come out of the blue, they could come on the radio, they could come from a post, a picture, song, somebody else saying something. It could just be that just pops into your head when you're not even thinking about anything concerning this situation. But it's gonna be an aha moment. You're gonna get it and you're gonna trust it. So in order to boost the power of the message that you get, there's another affirmation that you can say. You can say it in the morning, you can say it at night, you can say it whenever you want. The eye of love in my heart and the eye of light in my head show me the truths most helpful for me to see at the perfect time and in the perfect way. I feel relaxed and comfortable, trusting in what I see when I see it. So you want your intuition and your heart working in unison, in harmony, okay? The eye of love in my heart and the eye of light in my head show me the truths most helpful for me to see at the perfect time and in the perfect way. I feel relaxed and comfortable, trusting in what I see when I see it. You've called upon the Ascended Master that is helping you. I've called on Jesus. I've called on Archangel Michael. I'm also calling on Archangel Jeremiah for relationship harmony. Michael will protect us, keep our chakras clear and protected from outside influence, that the information that comes to us is coming from our highest self in the light as well as spirit. We're asking that Michael put a shield of protection around us to keep anything or any energy or anyone or any other manipulation or malacations or whatever it is. That's not even a word, malacation. Why did I bring that up? I'll think about that in a second. He's going to protect us so that anything that comes against us that we don't understand is brought, kind of reflected away from us. Okay, so I got a message. Malacation is actually a word. Spirit does things like this. So it's an organization. It's an Irish. It's Irish. It's a logo or an organization. It serves as a primary means of visual identification. How weird. Malacation. I think about Malachite as well. Malacation, but I said Malacation. So it's a football club, a Northern Irish football club. I'm just going to give you what I'm getting because this might help you with something, or it might help us later, right? It's about Northern Ireland, Malacations. Oh my God, I know what this is about. Okay, so I just got an aha moment. So the person that is, the spiritual person that is trying to manipulate things and copy my work, she's from Ireland. And there's another. They're from Ireland. And so what I got this morning was very clear to me. Pay attention to these messages, because I know you're watching me. Listen to everything that was said. So that is the protection that I'm asked. So that was telling me right now that Archangel Michael is protecting me from that influence. So that was a personal message for me. So as we have our third eye open and we're trying to connect with our higher self and our heart, we are being guided, but we're also being protected from outside forces that are trying to manipulate and steal our energy, our work, or come between us and our rightful path. or the people in our lives. These are the people that are envious of what we have, that are causing issues. So I am protected, is what I was just shown from those ones coming from Ireland. I've blocked them from my page. They keep coming to me. I can't block them on YouTube. So for you, just trust that you can relax. If you don't know something, it will be brought clearly to you. Until then, don't worry about it. Don't stress out. Allow Spirit to bring it to you. Please do that resting affirmation. I'm going to upload this right now so that it gets to you right away. And again, I'm going to go now. I've got like literally 5 different people that are. I looked up quickly to see my alerts, and they need help, and so I'm going. So I'm not going to be able to work right now, and I'm going to ask you again, if you have it within your power, if you're thinking about making donations to anyone, I would appreciate it to help me continue doing this work, so that I can pay my own bills. My website is www.theangelswhisper.com. My email is Sherry Columbus, SherryColumbus, at yahoo.com. And it would be best if there's a donation button on my readings page, but also if you would like a reading, a personal reading, or help with dream analysis, I'm educated in both. If you would like to purchase a ceremonial, a Queen of Wands ceremonial sage wand, I make those beautiful sage wands. They're very healing, they're very cleansing. I'm definitely going to be doing sage. I'm going to be running my own sage. I didn't want to stop this reading to go get it. I was always already running incense, but I am absolutely going to be going and getting my own sage and clearing my energy right now. I've already been shown that the energetic vampire has written to me again this morning, and but some Archangel Michael's taking care of that, so I'm not worried. So if you would like help with any of these things, I would be more than happy to help you. As I said, it's my honor, it is my path, and it's the most important thing in my life is my work. I hope you guys are having a happy holidays. I wish that the messages didn't have to be so heavy today, but they're obviously very, very important. There's a lot of people going through a lot of issues right now, and they need help. But just know that this is your time to move forward, as Spirit has been trying to get us to go, right? It's time to make your choice. It's time to move forward in your highest good, and Spirit will show you the way. If you may be sitting there saying, I don't know my way, I don't know my way, I can't see my way, you need to stop saying that, for one. Stop affirming the negative. Start saying, I will be shown. I am able to connect to my heart. I will see the light clearly. It's coming to me. I'm going to trust what I get. Spirit will show me the direction to go, and I will follow that direction into the light, knowing that I am protected, because I know that Archangel Michael, Jesus, Archangel Metatron, Archangel Jeremiah, anyone else, my spiritual team, and my Father is guiding my steps and will show me the direction that I need to go. I will be lined up with the right people, the right circumstances, the right opportunities, but when I am told to move and act, I will do that. I must listen to my heart. Using my head, I must listen to my heart and make the choice that is in my highest good. Regardless, it is not my responsibility to make other people's choices. I'm not responsible for other people's lives. It is my life that I must choose. I can't help anyone if I'm not in a good place myself, and I must choose to go to the light. And even when it's a difficult choice for me to make, and I have to walk away or turn my back on ones of my family, of friends, of ones that I've thought were soulmates, probably were soulmates, I realize that they were there in my life for lessons, and that is complete. I will make that choice now, and I will move forward knowing, even though I may not see the path in front of me, Spirit will catch me. All right, you guys, I love you. Talk to you soon. Bye.